going to need another sleep too. 23 hours away. Mind you, we aren't moving much at the moment. Once we get up and running, that hopefully comes down a bit. GPS, where's your arrows to tell me where to go? I'm guessing I can't get back onto the freeway there. Just go the way we came.
Finding new route. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
It's not like I got much of a choice. Just these guys are coming out quite a way of the road, aren't they?
Go straight. Turn left.
Once again, not much of a choice. GPS.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
Geez, the weather's worse than it was on ATS. I did change the rain probability for the season, didn't I? I did, yeah. Definitely did. Knew I had plenty of time. Oh, speaking of which, it's about to stop. Hey, back to 75 mile an hour. Oh yeah, I was wondering what horn we had on this. It's half ply decent. Not as good as the train horn, which apparently comes with sound fixes. I found out yesterday. Oh, speeding. You gonna overtake me or what? What are you up to? Come on, Ram. Now how long? 21 hours. Yeah, we're still going to need another sleep. Going to need to wait a little while. Yeah, we've got to choose a new company too. Remind me of that. I'll probably forget. Get another contract with another company. Yeah, there's probably plenty of choices to do. There should be, shouldn't there? And we get to drive a new part of the country as well. So we're sort of covered now, aren't we? We've got one on the west coast, one on the east coast, and one in the middle. In the northern part, now we just need one on the east coast, west coast, and then the middle, sort of south. Why are we back to a 65 speed limit? Oh, we're coming into a centre, I suppose. Is that actually how it works in America? Well, I suppose it depends on the state, but because you sort of would never get this here. Motorway's always one speed. It'd only slow down if it actually goes into the centre, but if it's bypassing like this, it stays one speed. Which is 100 kilometres an hour, 62 miles an hour, that's what that is. I personally believe they need to change that to 120. Mind you, it's not like we're a huge country, it doesn't take long to get anywhere. Usually speed limits are low in urban areas. Yeah, but that's the same. It depends if there's like, you know, generally we have a 50 kilometre an hour speed limit around suburban areas. And built up areas are 30 kilometres an hour or 20 around the school. Oh, okay, we're, oh, come on, let me in, hurry up.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. That's sacrilegious, that is, man. Sports cars shouldn't turn into, SUVs. It's a no-no. Last thing you want to see an ad for is the new Lamborghini Diablo station wagon. For the speed in your family. Comes with a huge V12 electric engine. Power plugs are not included. Buy your own power. It's a range of 3 miles. No, it's wrong. It should be outlawed.
Straight.
And there's cars all around the world, including the US, that are iconic because of what they are, what they represent. When you go do that to them, no. Doesn't surprise me though. I suppose it was bound to happen, because especially if anything's to go by how Ford, after buying Jaguar, how they destroyed the Jaguar look, they just look like Fords now. And then again, Jaguar should have pulled their socks up.
Go straight.
So they could do well still, and they stuffed themselves with creating cars that look like shocked fish at the front, losing their way of what an actual Jaguar is. No longer can you proudly say, I own a Jag. Now it's I own Ford with a different name on it. Yeah, well, anyone will. It's about money, isn't it? It's always about money now. It's the new god. Pure and simple. Four-cylinder Ferrari. Well, mind you, you probably get a four-cylinder Ferrari. A Ferrari could produce a four-cylinder that produces 600 horsepower. And if it's economical as well, you probably get it. But I doubt it. It's not the Italian way. The Italian way is go big or go home. And they prefer the go big option. Yeah, well, cars did have style. But, I mean, you can't fully blame the companies because they get regulations now that they've got to do this and they've got to do that, so they're limited. So they've got to keep their designs around that and then run with the whole thing of, you know, earth-loving, environment-friendly gas guzzler. Our new exhaust system that turns the exhaust fumes into the scent of roses. So, no, but GTR station wagon, you wash your mouth out, sir. If you're talking about a Nissan GTR, you wash your mouth out with acid, not soap. Acid. With a comment like that, you get every litre of station and wagon out of your mouth. Yeah, but the problem is people buy SUVs, most of them live in the city. So, not exactly using full use of the SUV supposed capabilities, which is, you know, off-road and rough territory type deal, pretty much.
Go straight.
If we're using the same term as SUV, unless your SUV is a ute, that's a bit different then. Then again, no, ute wouldn't be family friendly though. Well, it was family friendly. We grew up in ute. It's like a pickup. No, you call pickup. So like this thing up here. That would sort of be what we call a ute. Which is short for utility vehicle. It's a term that's used in Australia and New Zealand. But the ones we're more used to, the ones made in Australia, and the Ford and used to be Holden models until Holden got shut down. A lot different, a lot better looking than that, way better looking than that. And they race them too, because but the SUV is sort of like this thing up in front. And then you get the people movers, which is like the 11-seater things, minibuses. You got the Ford GT. Then you also, actually, to be honest, you probably got a lot of the Ford stuff that
Go
was
straight.
the Australian Fords, made Fords, the Falcons and the Falcons and the Fairmonts. It's some pretty good ones, one of those, the GTOs and stuff. The Holdens. That's actually the Holden, the GTO. But you had the Ford Capri, which I didn't like, but everyone loved. The 6-cylinder V6 engine. Then you had Holden's answer, and for those who don't know, Holden is an Australian brand that no longer exists. It got shut down, but it was part of GM, owned by GM, General Motors. No, I didn't know, because I thought Datsun no longer exists, period. I thought Nissan brought them out years and years ago. So I haven't seen a Datsun. Well, I've never seen a Datsun that looked like it hadn't been built in the 70s, let's put it that way.
Go straight.
Nor have I ever seen a new Datsun. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry about that. Had a phone call. We've got a nice long straight to read a nice long passage. Marketed as the 22 pickup model in Japan with the name Datsun. However, they used the brand name was wholly well corners. Where was I? Is solely restricted to this one specific model name production. That's what it was between 22. Yeah. I wasn't saying that they hadn't. I just haven't seen any Datsuns at all. As far as I knew, since the 1970s, Datsun no longer, no Datsuns were made because I hadn't seen any, heard them or anything like that. But that's interesting that they actually kept the name, still used it. Oh. all over the road. Because I forgot after I got the phone call, I had to bring the stream thing back up.
Go straight.
The stream app. Yeah, I had a mate who had one of those. They were good cars, actually. But I mean, a few of them were actually. I had an old Corona which I bought off my uncle, like a 1970s Corona, and that thing just kept going and unbelievable and economical. And the gas gauge wasn't too accurate because it hit E.
Go straight.
But I could keep driving, and eventually it was like a good well under the E before it ran out of fuel. And I'd put like $10 of fuel in, which was a lot of fuel then. I'm just trying to think. It would probably be 4 gallons back then of fuel, and the needle still wouldn't have reached up to the E. It'd still be under the E. Really? The TARDIS tank. Right, so the phone call I got, I can share this with you, and it's something I can talk about since I've got, you know, another 2 hours to fill or so. Let's keep in between the lines, eh? And someone made the effort to put them on the road. It was from my cell phone and internet provider, Vodafone. I just said to him, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I had no idea why he was ringing me anyway. So he said to text me, and I've just received a text. Right, so all he did was to ring me up, which is interesting. I've never had this before. I like it though, it's nice little customer service, extra customer service. Well, to give you the backstory to this, with my Call of Duty, in case for those that don't know, I love my Black Ops Call of Duty. Well, I like the Call of Duties, but Black Ops Cold War is my favourite at the moment. And I've been playing and having a lot of instances where it seems like I've got a high latency. It's acting like that, like I'd shoot someone and it wouldn't even register as a hit. I'd like headshots and stuff and nothing, not even a hit marker. And then I'd come around and I was like, I absolutely got that guy before they got me, and then I see the replay and it showed that I wasn't even shooting at them, even though I was shooting at them as far as I could see. But the replay would show I'd be shooting either to the left or that, and wasn't aiming at them. And then there's other times where I'd get shot by a couple of bullets, and when I see the replay it was more than 2 bullets that they shot, but that's all I saw, which is signs of high latency. But yet my latency has always been the same. Because I go to the Sydney servers in Australia, my ping rate is roughly 40 milliseconds from here to Australia. In Australia, when they play, they've got a 20 millisecond ping, so it's not a huge difference. So I'm playing a lot of them. Another one, a lot of them has obviously been playing in Sydney servers against people in Australia, so it's not that much of a huge difference in the ping. And sometimes it's alright. The funny thing is too, I've played like an American service where I have a 200 millisecond ping, and I've done really well. Which you wouldn't think you would, but I do. And I think that, and sometimes I even run up to like the people in front of me, the enemy, the people on the other side, and they don't even shoot at me, which is weird. It's like they don't see me or my name doesn't come up, so they don't know if I'm an enemy or a friend or anything like that. But anyway, that's been happening. So my latency has been saying that 40 second per millisecond ping, but I'm playing like I've got like a high latency. That's what it's doing. So I changed, I'm hardwired, so I changed to Wi-Fi the other day, and it was just, oh, it was fantastic. It was just instant kills. And like I've also been getting like hit markers, cheers, thanks for letting me in. With a gun that should be one shot kill. So yeah, I changed the Wi-Fi, and there's a 2 millisecond difference. So instead of 40, it's 42 millisecond ping on Wi-Fi. And yeah, I just been like one-shot kills instantly, hit all the time. It was fantastic. The whole night it was great. I was doing really well. And so I thought, oh, there must be something wrong with the LAN, whether it's some cable or something like that. Next day, went onto Wi-Fi before I went on and played. First game fine, which is what normally happens when I'm hardwired to play. The first game it's fine, second game it's fine, and then after that it sort of goes all weird. And it did the same thing on Wi-Fi, so I ended up ringing my provider, because ever since this new router turned up, when I went to Giganet Internet, they gave me this new router to go with it. And I've had my suspicions of it. I've been very suspicious. Oh, it's only 55 through here. Of the router. I don't think it's working properly. And I remembered ages ago I rang up with the old router, and I rang and said to someone, I'm having a bit of trouble here, I keep getting this. And he said, oh, try these settings in your router, change this to this and this to this. And I did, and it was brilliant. It made a huge difference. I thought, well, maybe there's some settings that need to be changed, because I've reset this router. I've never reset a router as much as, in fact, I never reset a router before except for this one. It's the first time I've ever had to like a factory reset consistently. First time I've ever had to consistently unplug it, turn it off and unplug it, and then plug it back in and stuff. Because it's that bad. And recently it's got worse, because I've been getting an error, failed to host, on the game as well, which means I actually got to shut the whole game down and restart it again when that happens, which is alright pain. So anyway, I was chatting away, and they said, they looked at this and said, could it be your PC? I mean, it's sort of relatively new, but it's a situation that I had with the old one, because another thing I can't do, which I should be able to do, I've got a 4K monitor, so I can't watch 4K YouTube videos without it buffering, which shouldn't happen with my connection. Which happened with my old PC as well as this one. So after a long chat and all that kind of stuff, she decided she'll send a request for a new modem for me. And as usual, I'd made sure that it cost me nothing. It's for free. Yeah, it's for free. So this guy's just rung me up to let me know, basically, that the modem order is ready, and it's going to be picked up by the courier, and we'll give you the tracking order soon, basically. No, I'm on the right line. So that's what it was. So he just said, oh, I'll text you anyway. I said, oh, you can do that. You can ring me after 5 o'clock. Because I had no clue what he was ringing me about, because I've never had that before. And I've had, like, they generally try and throw modems down my throat all the time when I ring them up. I just have to go, no, I've just got a new modem, it's fine. Don't, no, they go, oh, we should give, no, I said, don't worry about it. Oh, we'll get one and we'll send it out to you. Oh, no, I've got a modem. Thank you very much. I don't need an extra one when I've just recently got one. So, and when I did decide to get, I go, I'll snip it, I might as well get a new one. Get a free one, got 6 months worth out of one, get another one. If they're going to give them away for free, why not? Why say no? But yeah, so hopefully that'll arrive. Well, actually today's Friday, so that won't arrive until next week. But I hope that is the issue. I hope that my modem is the issue. Am I over my data limit? I don't have a limit. I'm unlimited. I am completely unlimited. I can use as much as I like for a mere $90 a month. At a download speed of 930 megabits per second, which is what I used to get. Now I get between 750 and 800, which is another thing where I think that the modem's gone a bit funny. But also, there's quite possibly my other theory is that when we had a new neighbour move in, he's a bit of a gamer, and he got his fibre installed.
Stay right, and then exit right.
And I think it was after that my internet dropped, speed dropped. So I'm just wondering, especially with the brilliant job that they did when they installed mine, that they've stuffed up something. Maybe we're running off both the same lines and stuff, but then again, you know, I don't know. It'll be like in the house, a whole bunch of people using it in the house. It all depends on the router, but because we've got two different routers, and maybe that's the issue, who knows, I don't know, but excuse me. We'll wait and see. I thought I'd get the first thing done and we'll get the router in and see if the problem persists. And if it does, because they did offer to send a technician out and try and figure it out where the issue is, if it's a PC issue or not. Because I got the worry now, because this PC's always had, you know, little issues with it compared to my old one. I'm just wondering, maybe Windows 11 will work better. There's probably a lot of functions on this one that Windows 11 is designed for and Windows 10 isn't, and that's what the issue is. Quite possible. I remember someone saying that J2 Sense was someone I watch on YouTube. If you haven't seen him, go check him out. He's fantastic. It's funny and he's really good. Saying that utilising like a lot of the new features you need Windows 11 for, whether it means PCI 4 to get better use out of it and stuff like that, don't know. Maybe that's it. So I'm seriously considering putting Windows 11 onto the PC now, just to see, especially because I had all the horror stories about it, and then actually people saying, no, I've had no problem with it, it's running fine. So I was thinking maybe I should, before they decide not to give it to me for free. Hopefully I can still get it for free. So I've just got to turn that option on in the BIOS. And when I do update it, hopefully all my settings are kept and all my game saves are kept. I mean, I'll back them up, but there's a lot of them that are on cloud. But the one thing I really hope is that when I redo Windows OBS remembers my settings, it's obviously on a cloud, so hopefully it'll do that. Still, changing the Windows option won't make a difference. And especially my all my Microsoft Edge settings. Actually, I should check, so I assume that Microsoft 11's got Microsoft Edge. Better check that. Oh, we're in new territory. Never been here before. Last time that happened, the game crashed. So, yeah. But yeah, the warrior I got at the moment is my good mate Duck Tooley.